So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week, and today we're going to be covering Moon Mars in the 7th house of your horoscope. As in what happens when Moon and Mars are both conjunct in the 7th house. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the astrological details for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where you will find all my courses, including my vlogs, where I make all the details, uncensored stuff related to astrology, including I'm going to be making the video of 8th from Saturn and the zodiac signs 8th from Saturn in the next 2 or 3 days. So, Moon Mars conjunction in the 7th house. So, what is the 7th house? 7th house represents marriage, right? Marriage, partnership, relationships, contracts, negotiations, because 7th house is a house of contracts. Marriage is a contract. It also represents gain of authority. It represents gain, meaning like going to a higher standard in your professional career. Naturally, it also represents business. It represents mass fame. Why? Because you deal with the masses with the 7th house. So who deals with the masses is somebody who becomes recognized or famous. So that's the 7th house. Okay. So what are these two planets are doing in the 7th house? So the first thing you will see, whenever Moon and Mars are conjunct in the 7th house, a person will elope with someone, will run away with someone. And they will run away with someone because of the disagreements with the mother. Why? Because mother will not approve of the person that you are in love with, that you are in a relationship with. Even in a business partnership, mother will show her doubts. I don't like this person being your partner. Is that the right advice of the mother, wrong advice of the mother? That is something we'll have to analyze Moon to the depth. And the birth chart itself, that okay, our mother is correct on it, but you will take that step. And the other thing we also see with this Moon and Mars is that after marriage, property comes in your life. Once the agreement, the contract of marriage happens, property, land, real estate comes in. Usually you will also see, even if a person gets into a relationship, it somehow activates their ability to either move into a new place, move into a new apartment, or even get a property. Actually, I know a really good childhood friend of mine who has this placement. Literally, at the age of 21, he brought his first property. 21, when I had still had the thumb in my mouth. You know, I was so dependent. And yet here he was independent. And at that time, I remember he was dating somebody. So it's not like at that time I analyzed. This is when I look back, you know, because I remember his chart, because, you know, we had interactions even in DC. He came and visited me. So I knew, you know, like, okay, this happened. So these are the things you will see. Also, you will do business. And you will do business, especially either after purchasing of the property or even after marriage. But especially the business will happen related to assets. Somehow you will invest in assets. Most of the time, what is the main asset that people invest in? Land, property, real estate. Or you may even have this person collecting metallic things like gold or gems, jewelry, like actually putting jewelry as an investment. But one thing we also see is that this is a very emotionally torturing placement for the person, especially when it comes to romances. Because what happens when Moon and Mars are together in the 7th house, it's like you're taking a warrior, you're taking a fighter, and now you're giving this fighter and this warrior emotions. And what are some of the classic Hollywood stories we have seen in the 60s and 50s, even if you can say Gone with the Wind? Like the person eventually has to feel the emotion of being separated from their love. Now, like I was telling you the story, okay, you'll elope with someone, but that doesn't mean you didn't love someone before. These people will have multiple relationships before they actually take the step of marriage. And the thing is, Moon Mars in the 7th house makes that Hollywood style romance and that relationship where this individual will give everything. They will fight for that person without even knowing that person for more than a day. They're willing to fight for that person. They're willing to stand behind that person because now emotions are involved. Like if you saw my video of just Mars in the 7th house, but now we're involving another planet. So what it does, it's not dramatically changing what the planet is going to do. It brings a situation through which a planet is still going to do what it's going to do. So what happens with Moon is that emotion, that piercing emotion comes in. And that emotion becomes piercing and angry. For example, these are the people when they love, but when they get into a fight, they go deep into that fight because of the fact their emotions are now attached. The soldier does not realize what it's like to deal on the battleground when you have emotions intact with your duty. Because a soldier's job is to simply go and accomplish a mission. Doesn't matter who's crying, who's losing a father and mother or what. Okay, I've conquered this, now what's my next mission? But now because Moon is there, it's like they're being tormented by the actions that they're taking. Tormented with that partnership that they're in. So what I'm trying to say here is that this is a particular position where if you ever run into a person like this with this conjunction, you would know they will bring you the most passionate. Like you will just be like, I must be experiencing some movie like, scenario here. This is not like a typical relationship. This is like wanting to go on especially road trips, wanting to go on hike, wanting to go climb things, experiencing life within the relationship. And this, if you have this, then this is what you want to experience with the other person. You want to express that to the other person. And especially with Moon and Mars in the 7th house, a person lives far away from their home and family, most definitely even foreign lands. They live far away from their point of contact. And you will know because whenever you look at a conjunction from a viewpoint of just the house, 7th house, well, guess what? Originally, 7th house is Libra. And if you just put the planet in the middle, the heart of that particular sign then becomes that nakshatra lord, right? Like Swati. So every theme of Swati now here plays its part, regardless of what the sign is or not, what the nakshatra is or not. That is the foundational nakshatra. And I made a video on this. I think it was on a Q&A last year about, what was the title of the video? Like invisible effects of planets or invisible effects of zodiac signs, something of that I made. Once you understand that, you understand exactly what is happening, and especially you will see this person will spend their money on the other person, spend their money in the partnership. For them, they're not like tied to that, oh, my money, my money, money. No, when they are there with you, when they feel like, oh, I'm fighting with this person now. Okay, what do you need? Here, take it. Here, take it. They're not attached to that money concept like, oh, I have to be logical. I have to just keep my money and then keep this separate. No, once they are dissolving in that, they dissolve in that. Why? Because now the emotions are there again. Emotions are there. And also you will find such people are very much either attracted to sports cars or they will get a spouse, especially after marriage, who will somehow get a sports car, something which is very unorthodox, unique. Okay, but one of the things you will see with this conjunction, this person always butchers relationship in the beginning. They always butcher relationship, butcher their business ideas, and only after their constant failures, then they kind of like rise in life. So if let's say this person is a 20-year-old and their true relationship is going to happen at, let's say, 30 or 28. Well, between that time period, they will get into a relationship. They will make they will just butcher the relationship. They will have, impractical actions. Even though we know it's the seventh house, they will take those impractical action. And also, depending upon certain ascendant, this can also show that one may get into a dispute with their brother because of the person they picked to marry. So there will be that conflict. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Moon, Mars in the 7th house of your birth chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. We want to know where your moon is placed. All your astrological details for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.